MomentSharma from News Moment. Welcome you to News Moment English. Today is Friday, so Moment Friday is presenting with some parts of peer pressure. Please remain with us till the end. You may contact with us for such type of subject on the mobile screen numbers on the screen. Let's know what the word peer pressure means, or you may say its definition of the word peer pressure.
This part of the news piece is sponsored by RICIS Raniganj. Peer pressure is a direct or indirect influence on peers, members of social groups with similar interests, experiences, or social status. Members of a peer group are more likely to influence a person's beliefs, values, religion, and behavior. A group or individual may be encouraged and want to follow their peers by changing their attitudes, values, or behaviors to conform to those of the influencing group or individual. For the individual affected by peer pressure, this can have both a positive or negative effect on them. Stay tuned for more news after the break.
मछली जल की रानी है, जीवन उसका पानी है। तो कहाँ है मछलियाँ और कहाँ रखा जाए पानी? तो एक्वेरियम ही में छुपी है ये सारी कहानी। आसनसोल ग्रीन एक्वेरियम, जहाँ आपको मिलेंगी हर तरह की मछलियाँ और बेहतरीन एक्वेरियम। आपको आसनसोल ग्रीन एक्वेरियम में मिल जाएंगी हर तरह के एक्वेरियम इक्विपमेंट, जैसे फिल्टर स्टोन और फिशेस की हर वैरायटी। एक ही नाम, आसनसोल ग्रीन एक्वेरियम। BNR मोड़, अपोजिट रविंद्र भवन, शॉप नंबर 22। For contact, call on 9609 77 3040.
Peer pressure plays important role in children and adolescents.
This part of the news piece is sponsored by TVS PSJ. Imitation plays a large role in children's lives. In order to pick up skills and techniques that they use in their life, children are always searching for behaviors and attitudes around them that they can cooperate. In other words, children are influenced by people that are important in their lives, such as friends, parents, celebrities, singers, dancers, etc. On the other hand, adolescence is the time when a person is most susceptible to peer pressure because peers become an important influence on behavior during adolescence, and peer pressure has been called a hallmark of adolescent experience. Children entering this period in life become aware for the first time of the other people around them and realize the importance of perception in their interactions. Peer conformity in young people is most pronounced with respect to style, taste, appearance, ideology, and values. Peer pressure is commonly associated with episodes of adolescent risk taking because these activities commonly occur in the company of peers. Peer pressure can also have positive effects when youth are pressured by their peer towards positive behavior, such as volunteering for charity, excelling in academics, or participating in a service project. The importance of peer approval declines upon entering adulthood. Stay tuned for more news after the break.
Please step in. Hind Cosmetic, Supermarket, First Floor, Asansol, 713301.
Products are Biotic, Garnier, Everyouth, Nivea, Sahnaz, Mammoth, O3 Professional, Lotus Professional, Patanjali, Jobis, Nature's, Men's Glow, Plum, M Caffeine, VLCC, Good Vibes, Ola, Fame, Organic, Raja, Sugar, Lakme, Vavlin, Lotus Color, Ponds, Silk, Matrix, L'Oreal, Bella, etc.
Our contact number is 9126767709.
The impact of peer pressure influence in adolescence has been well established. It was unclear at what age this effect begins to diminish.
This part of the news piece is sponsored by Hillview Hospital. It is accepted that such peer pressure to use alcohol or illicit substances is less likely to exist in elementary school and very young adolescents given the limited access and exposure. Using the resistance to peer influence scale, Sumter and colleagues found that resistance to peer pressure grew as age increased in a large study of 10 to 18 years old. This study also found that girls were generally more resistant to peer influence than boys. The higher vulnerability to peer pressure for teenage boys makes sense given the higher rates of substance use in the male teens. For girls, increased and positive parental behaviors have been shown to be an important contributor to the ability to resist peer pressure to use substances. Stay tuned for more news after the break.
Priya Cosmetic, near Minar Cake Shop, GT Road, Asansol 1.
আমাদের শপের নাম আসানসোল প্রিয়া কসমেটিক্স। আমাদের শপ হচ্ছে মিনার কেক শপের ভেতরে। আমাদের শপে সমস্ত রকমের কসমেটিক্স প্রোডাক্ট অ্যাভেলেবল আছে, যেমন মেবলিন, কালার বার, সুগার, ল্যাকমি, প্লাম, লোটাস, এছাড়াও সমস্ত রকম প্রফেশনাল প্রোডাক্ট অ্যাভেলেবল আছে। আর আমাদের দেখুন নাম্বার দেওয়া আছে এখানে, এই নাম্বারে কন্ট্যাক্ট করতে পারেন। আমাদের হোম ডেলিভারি প্রোভাইড করা হয়।
Our contact number 9563404288 and 8918940868.
Peer pressure relating to alcohol use in college is caused by a variety of factors including modeling, social media, and being offered alcohol.
This part of the news is sponsored by ASP. Offering alcohol can be seen as a kind gesture, but in some cases a forceful one. Students may feel like their social position could become compromised if they don't follow the actions of their fellow peers. This correlates to modeling, a term used to describe the action of copying, imitating the actions of your peers to fit in. This usually occurs when students give into peer pressure to seem more attractive to the perceived majority. Lastly, you have common socially acceptable norms that frequently occur in college settings, such as substance abuse and drinking. One of the most commonly used excuses among students to which why they drink is because everyone does it. Upon entering college, it's common to see students begin to increase their alcohol intake, especially for those who do not live at home, because they have shifted from being influenced by their parents to being influenced by their college peers. It's common to see students reflect their peers, most likely due to an increase of modeling to fit into social settings. Stay tuned for more news after the break.
Substance use prevention and intervention programs have utilized multiple techniques in order to combat the impact of peer pressure.
This part of the news piece is sponsored by Shine Academy. One major technique is peer influence resistance skills. The known correlational relationship between substance use and relationships with others that makes resistance skills a natural treatment target. This type of training is meant to help individuals refuse participation with substance use while maintaining other membership in the peer group. Other interventions include normative education approaches, education interventions that raise awareness of potential dangers of substance use, alcohol awareness training, and classroom behavior management. Stay tuned for more news after the break.
Admissions open now at St. Christopher Mission School, run by Anchorage Society affiliated to CBSE Delhi. Special features are low affordable fee structure, smart class, well-trained teachers, indoor-outdoor games, transport facility, co-curricular activities. Classes from nursery to 12. It's time for your child to explore the creativity. Thank you.
There is evidence supporting the conclusion that parental attitudes disapproving sex tends to lead towards lower levels of adolescent unplanned pregnancy.
This part of the news piece is sponsored by Angel. Three types of peer norms that led to a person's participation in sexual intercourse: descriptive norms, injunctive norms, and outright peer pressure. Descriptive norms and injunctive norms are both observed behaviors and are thus more indirect forms of pressure, but differ in one key aspect. Descriptive norms describe peers' sexual behaviors, but injunctive norms describe peers' attitudes toward those behaviors. The last norm defined by the study is called peer pressure by authors and is used to describe direct encouragement or pressure by a person's peer to engage in sexual behavior. Additionally, studies have found a link between self regulation and likeliness to engage in sexual behavior. The more trouble an individual had with self regulation and self control growing up, the more they were likely to fall prey to peer pressure that would lead them to engage in risky sexual acts. Based on these findings, it may be a good idea to prevent these through either a decision making program or by targeting adolescents' ability to self regulate against possible risks. In adolescence, risk taking appears to increase dramatically. Stay tuned for more news after the break.
Rekha matching. Please step in for all kinds of colorful matching poplin rubia, fancy dupattas, other fancy dress materials. TP Market Asansol. For more information, please contact 96356400.
Social media provides a massive new digital arena for peer pressure and influence.
This part of the news piece is sponsored by B&M Coaching Center. It is suggested that there are a variety of benefits from social media use, such as increased socialization, exposure to ideas, and greater self confidence. However, there is also evidence of negative influences such as advertising pressure, exposure to inappropriate behavior and or dialogue and fake news. These versions of digital peer pressure exist between youth, adults and businesses. Stay tuned for more news after the break.
Share and subscribe and forward YouTube channel News Moment. For more details and for advertisement, contact editor 9563830.
Peer pressure can be especially effective in getting people to vote.
This part of the news piece is sponsored by SK Infocom. The final treatment emphasized peer pressure within a neighborhood. Neighbors could view each other's voting habits with the lists, and so the social norm of voting is best for the community is combined with the fear that individuals' peer would judge their lack of voting. Compared to a baseline rate of 29.7%, the treatment that utilized peer pressure increased the percentage of household voters by 8.1 percentage points, which exceeds the value of in person canvassing and personalized phone calls. Stay tuned for more news after the break. Moment Study Center for English, Maths, and Arts and Science Group. Classes from 5 to 12. Contact CK Barnwal and Ankit Srivastav. Buddha Hazra Durga Mandir, Asansol.
Heat wave conditions have forced West Bengal government to declare early summer breaks.
Heatwave conditions has forced the West Bengal government on Thursday to declare early summer break for state-run schools from April 22nd. The break was scheduled to begin on May 5, summer vacation in schools, with effect from April 22nd except for the schools of the hill areas of Darjeeling and Kalimpong districts, where an existing academic schedule may continue until further order, said a government order. The announcement came a day after Pangar in West Bardhaman district recorded the highest temperature 42.5 degrees Celsius in the state, even as the India Meteorological Department said more districts in South Bengal were likely to experience heat waves over the next 2 to 3 days. Day temperatures have been above 40 degrees Celsius in places such as Damdam, Bednapur, Bakura, Salt Lake, Canning, Kalikunda, Bardhaman, Asansol, Purulia, Jhargram, and Balurghat. On Wednesday, the maximum temperature in Kolkata hovered around 39.4 degrees Celsius, 3.8 degrees Celsius above normal for the second day. Heatwave conditions are likely in South Bengal districts such as East Bardhaman, West Bardhaman, Jhargram, Purulia, Bankura, East Midnapur, West Midnapur, Birbhum, Murshidabad, North 24 Paraganas and South 24 Paraganas over the next few days. Now, finally, it's time for the SMS of the moment. Peer pressure and social norms are powerful influences on behavior and they are classic excuses. Thanks for watching our video. If you like it, please share, subscribe the channel and don't forget to push the bell icon for further notifications.